Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about Germany. It's Euros, it's going to start today. The Germans at home, Scotland's away. Now just let's talk about what this team can get. One of the main thing I want to talk about this is the core. And what I see is Toni Kroos. I see no one other than Toni Kroos being a core of Germany this Euros. He is on his last supposedly Euros, on his last international duty, and he's pumped up. The guy is, absolutely beast right now. He wants to win. He wants to go out there, show this is my last season, show that I can do this, show that this trophy can be won by the Germans. This is this type of mentality that Toni Kroos has right now. We saw him in Champions League against Bayern Munich. We saw him in Champions League against City. We saw him what he can do in La Liga too. He was the one who was changing the tempo. He was the one who was getting the passes onto the forwards. He was exquisite in those tournament. And what I see is him being that in that role in the German national team right now to guide those players like Musiala, Witz. These players are just young and they need some sort of guidance, and Toni Kroos is a perfect example of that. We saw what he did to young generations in Madrid. What he did to Valverde, what we did to Camavinga in Real Madrid. He acts like someone who needs, he acts like a leader in that freaking team, and that is exactly what Germany needs right now. I see no one. Germany has to play through Toni Kroos. Secondly, this German national team seems to be away from all the pressure that German national team used to face before. For example, after 2014, there is no international trophy that Germany has won. You see, in 2016 they were embarrassed by France in the Euros. In 2018 they were embarrassed by teams like South Korea and a shocking defeat, an embarrassment for German fans. In 2022 the same thing happened, the embarrassment again. They couldn't win the World Cup. Now this might be the perfect time. When people used to think about German national team, they used to think this ruthless sort of players who just go out there, defeat teams like Brazil or any other team 7-1, 8-1, 6-1 and just won't celebrate. Emotionless players just there to win. But now the focus has been shifted. There are teams like France, there's teams like England, there are teams like Spain who is taking that limelight. Whenever media talks about any of these national teams, they hype them so much. The Francis, they've got Kylian Mbappe, they've got Chouameni, they've got this, they've got Antoine Griezmann, they've got Dembele. When they talk about England, the same, Foden, Bellingham, Harry Kane, and whatnot. But when anyone talks about German national team, now it isn't the same that it used to be before. It isn't the same feeling that this German national team brings, and that might be a positive thing. That might be a very positive thing, because when there is no pressure, when there is no media attention towards a certain team, that team always tends to excel way more than expected. It's like an underdog story, but a very different underdog. You can say an expert underdog in this case. 2014 World Cup, no one predicted that Germany is gonna go and win that World Cup. They did. 2016, everyone expected Germany to win. They didn't. 2018, they thought Germany might be something because they were the previous winners. They didn't anything. 2022, again the same thing. Now it's 2024, and the way Julian Nagelsmann has kept this media focus away from this German national team, it is just it just takes off that vital pressure of the team. You saw how friendly against France, against how media spoke greatly of France, saying that France had Kylian Mbappe, they got this, France would just wipe out Germany. Who won in the end? If Germany came, that can be win. This is a type of a mind games, to protect the players from unnecessary pressure, and Germany has done a very good job protecting the players against this unnecessary pressure. Number 3 is how Julian Nagelsmann plays the German national team. You have absolute player. You have midfield, what consists of Toni Kroos, Joshua Kimmich, Ilkay Gundogan, and Jamal Musiala. One can get the ball, one can pass the ball, one can defend the ball, and one can break through lines through his dribbles. Jamal Musiala. This is a type of a midfield that it's like Julian Nagelsmann has a perfect type of set of midfielders. He doesn't have too many midfielders where he's confused which one to pick up, which one will work and which one will not. He doesn't have two lists where he's bound to play someone it doesn't fit his style. So it's like a perfect balance of these four midfielders out there in German national team that can be, manipulated, and if he finds a way how these all four perfect midfielders matches with each other, that's the game won. That's how Germany is gonna, just blast off with that Euro. And against the Scotland, we'll see how the actually German national team is set up. Against him, as I've said, it should be around Toni Kroos because in the form he is, because in the motivation that player is. But again, it's gonna be interesting how Julian Nagelsmann actually sets that team. I'd love to read your thoughts, what you're gonna think of the German team in this Euros. Comment down below and like and follow. This would be very helpful, building a community of football fans. Till next time, goodbye.